How about now? Is there sound? I mean, we kind of have to wait for everything to catch up and people to tell us if there's sound or not.
Let's re-intro.
Re-intro.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
It's been a minute. It's been so long since we've been live that we forgot how to do it.
Yeah, we forgot how to press the mute button. Yeah, there we go. The sound is back. Okay, so Paul's in the background. He's probably listened to everything that we just said.
Let's do it again.
So yeah, he's nodding away, but he gets the joy of listening to us all over again. So yes, welcome back to the backyard podcast live stream rundown show, whatever we call it now. We're going to be having a good old chat with Paul Breen, race director of Breakheart Backyard and the very, very new, Maple Durham, Medieval Backyard.
Debut venue
yep.
by an established race director.
Yeah, so we're very excited. We've got loads of questions, and if you guys have questions, put them in the chat, and we'll make sure to get those over to Paul. But it's going to be, we're really looking forward to following this one along. It's got some good potential.
From what I've heard, it's a very forgiving route.
Forgiving?
But we'll get to that. We'll hear it from the man himself.
Yeah, you're going to say the horse's mouth.
I was there. I thought it felt weird.
All right, after that, we're going to have a good old look back at our backyard, which was, 3 weeks ago now? 4 weeks?
Yeah, we were supposed to do a post-backyard live stream talking about how it all went, and then we just didn't.
And then all of a sudden it's now. And then we'll look ahead for the rest of this year, because it's going to be a busy one. 27 events over 7 months. It's
dense.
Yes.
There are quite a few weekends this summer where there are 2, maybe even 3 backyards happening at the same time. It's very exciting.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll have a good old deep dive into that. But now I get to put the exciting headphones on. We are going to go over and have a good old chat with Paul. Hopefully Paul can hear us. Oh, we can't hear Paul. I think you muted Paul.
There you go.
Hey.
That'll be me behind the sound.
I was like, it's easy done.
Yeah.
It is easy done.
I think we're all doing it this weekend. just feeling left out otherwise. So how's things? How you doing?
Yeah, good. Busy. lots getting organised. Yeah, lots of questions getting asked. There's lots coming up. The time of year that it is with other things that Gert Lush is involved with. It's been a busy period of the year.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got our first try at the Medieval Backyard Ultra, and we cannot wait.
Yeah, it's exciting. You've obviously told us a lot about it, kind of behind the scenes. But yeah, give a kind of a brief update to everyone. Yeah, spiel about the event.
Yeah, so like everything with Gert Lush, it's just a bit random, really. Don't believe we're like you guys. We don't really plan stuff or put things, good planning in or anything like that.
We don't
It's
plan that much.
It's normally done over a cider or or a dog walk or something like that. And my wife is Welsh and used to live in Wales. And we were taking the dogs for a lovely walk around Cosmeston Lakes, just outside Cardiff. And there was a park run on at the time. It's really, lovely lakes and lovely park run and really well attended. And we started doing a walk round, and my wife, who's an extremely good runner, said, "Oh, imagine a backyard around here." And I went, just ping instantly. I'm like, "Oh, I wonder if we could."
Yeah, that idea's in your head now.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I was like, "Oh, looking at this," and I was like, "There's not a lot of elevation, and the pathways are really, well kept, and there's all that, and it's a beautiful running route." So I was like, "Oh," so I went and had a little chat with the rangers, and they were like, "Yeah, fine, do what you want." And I was like, "All right," yeah, and then one of them was like, "Why don't you do it out at the medieval village?" And I was like, "What are you on about?" So we walked around a bit that we'd never walked around, and the site is famous for. It's got a medieval, completely rebuilt medieval village on it. And sadly, it's lost a lot of funding actually, and it's parts of it are closing down, and because they've just not had the funding to keep it open. So I've sort of said, well, maybe we can push some, more funding their way, and we give a lot to all. We give sort of 80% of our profits to charities. So we thought we'd, do some good at the same time as putting on an event. And yeah, so the next day I went down and did a little run, and the Medieval Backyard Ultra was born.
Nice. Well, yeah, I'm kind of excited to see what the actual village itself looks like, because we've obviously only been on Google and kind of like looked on there. But is it kind of like, is the HQ and start area going to be like right in the middle of the medieval village?
No, because it's a protected site. So no, it's exactly. I did ask the question. I was trying to be like, I could have been in the Great Hall and and everything like that. But we are in the field, literally right next door to it. So you can see it, you can go and walk around it, everything like that. But we're not allowed to. They used to do weddings in it, I believe, and they do a reenactment as well in the field that we're in. Once a year, they do a big proper reenactment, and everybody comes all dressed up and everything
really
like
cool
that.
If you could get a backyard and the reenactment kind of mixed together at the same time.
Well, someone might be dressed up.
Is that someone you?
Who's to say?
Are you dressed up as the king?
Yeah. Well, I don't think the king would go down well in Wales.
Okay, maybe not the king.
yeah. But I love a bit of dress up. So yeah, I got dressed up as an elf for our Christmas run, and so I might have a bit of fancy dress going on. I was contemplating going around with a joust on a little BMX and jousting people, but
just poke them over the line.
Apparently, health and safety don't like that.
Aren't you the health and safety manager for your events?
Yeah, but that's a lot of paperwork.
Yeah, it's the right side of the brain going, no.
Yeah. But no, it's a beautiful site. It's a beautiful run. The finish, sort of, that you go around all the mud tracks. It's trail. And then to get the distance exactly, and can't have it not exact. Laz will go nuts. There's like there's a mile and a half road that runs right through the site. It's closed. No vehicles go down it, and it's like it's a big long run, and it goes over the lakes and everything like that. So what we've done to get the exact distance is you do pretty much 80% of it on the trail, and then the last bit you're going to go up and back to the field,
like a dog leg just to top it up.
Yeah, to get the finish in. So that would be really good sort of place to look at them and see what's going on and everything like that. And also those people that might near the end might be just near the time.
Yeah.
It's a nice flat run for them to get a bit of speed up.
I was also going to say that it's probably going to be mentally quite stressful. Like, that you're going to be straight back there again at the other side of the dog leg, and that you've got to go all the way down before you can get back. And I can imagine for me that would just kill me, knowing that I've got to run like however far it is down and then come back just to carry on.
But on the flip side, it's the simplest part of the route.
Yeah.
So you can just...
Yeah, the route, to be fair, the route is really simple. The park, I've got a big shout out to like the park rangers and everything like that. They've been phenomenal. It's like I've been going down sort of nearly cap in hand going, do you mind if we do this? And they were like, yep.
It's such a relief to have a good venue to take some of the weight off your shoulders as a race director.
And a venue where people are happy just for you to do what you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, there are restrictions because of the type of site it is. We couldn't have open fires. I was gonna have like this open, big, massive medieval fire pit going and stuff like that. But they were like, no, sorry, we're not allowed open fires because they've thatched roofs on the big buildings.
We've got a pine forest, and it's exactly the same.
Yeah, and and there's other things and stuff, but. It's a good thing. There's a cafe on site. There's 2 lovely little coffee shop like pod things on site that the spectators can go and walk up to if they wanted. So we've got all that, and it's gonna be hopefully gonna be lovely weather. We'll see.
Fingers crossed.
So it's only 8 or 9 days away. 9 days away now till go time. You managing the stress? Not got jobs piling up out the ears, or is it just going through the flow?
Listen, we set up Gert Lush to deal with my mental health, so if it gets stressful I don't do it.
That's brilliant.
So I do this because I enjoy doing it. Instead, we don't take money from it. So if it gets stressful, I do. It very simply. I was explaining this to someone the other day. I was driving to work the other day and yesterday, and there's 2 chaps walking on the side of the road with a little bucket. They were dressed in camouflage gear, and I'm ex-army, and I was like, "Oh, what's this about? This looks like some kind of charity thing." So quickly pulled the car over, had a quick chat with them. They're walking. They're doing it for the Royal British Legion, and they're doing a massive walk through sort of the south of England and collecting. And I was like, oh, great. I was like, I do this thing called Gert Lush, and we raise money and give money to charities and simple things. And they were like, oh, great. If you could sponsor us a tenner, that'd be fantastic. We're 170 quid off of our aim. And I was like, okay, so sponsored 170 quid. And that's why we do Gert Lush. Little things like that. I say it's very selfish of me because that makes me feel better that we can do things like that.
Well, I mean,
so
like you said,
that's why we do it.
It's kind of like why you set it up for your mental health, and if that helps your mental health, then why not? That's the whole reason Gert Lush is there. If
Gert Lush.
If other people get a kick out of it, then bonus, really.
Yeah.
But so we've not been able to see a start list. You don't have to give us names, but is there anyone running who you think is going to do well? I think you had Isaac won last year.
Yeah, God,
and
that's the break heart. What a legend that lad is.
Is he coming back again?
I've not seen him on the start list. I don't think so. I don't take too much interest in the start list, to be honest.
Just wake up in the morning and see who turns up.
Yeah, because we always chops and changes. I've had 3 messages tonight about this and the Barlkey, and I can't do that anymore. And can I change this? And can I, it's all But we're starting Saturday morning at 10 o'clock after park run. I've put the time so they can go and do park run first if they want.
Because there are people who do that.
Yeah. And then we're going, and let's just say I've got Tuesday booked off.
Nice. Yeah. So you think you're thinking you're going to hit that 2-day mark, that 48 hours?
Yeah.
Without saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Just giving away as little as possible.
Yeah. There's a couple of people. I've had a couple of conversations with people that I'm like starstruck a little bit and been like, "You're a legend," and they're like, "Yeah, can I come down?" And I'm like, "What am I going to say? No."
Yeah. If you have
to. Yeah. But again, with backyard, it depends who else turns up, and if their race goes well, and if they're there to support, and do the assist. Yeah. So who knows?
There's such a difference between backyard runners and ultra runners. Like we've had some absolutely incredible ultra runners, like well-known ones, come to ours, and then they've dropped out after 12 hours, and they're just like, I can't. It's just so different to what they're used to.
It is a bizarre event.
Yeah. And even though they go to do 300-mile races and win in a stupid time.
I've experienced the same. I've had one chap on the break heart, phenomenal ultra runner, phenomenal. We're talking sub 24 hours at arc when it was a good arc, not
this UTMB stuff.
But I was chatting to him before the race, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm going to go for the 48." And I was like, "Well, the break heart's a tough course, Literally, the elevation is all in one hill." And I was like, "Okay." And he was like, "Nah, definitely, 6 yards."
Yeah.
Couldn't mentally broke him.
Yeah. And it's mad, just the difference of having to do that stop in between laps.
Yeah, that's what he said it was.
People.
Yeah, we see it event after event. People with full confidence. We had a duo. It's probably my favourite backyard story. A duo, Chad and Friend, shirtless, like doing high fives, big energy, just really giving everything their all. We got this, bro. Don't worry about it, bro.
On the start line, like doing jumping and chest bumps.
Yeah.
And they've gun it off the line. It's like that is not like we'd watch Vic or someone just walking out of the start line. And it was like, that person could win. Perhaps not.
And they're just absolutely bombing it out, doing like 28, 29-minute laps, and then go to lap 6, and then
it's rolling on the floor.
Yeah, and then they're just like, oh no, actually, and all the mood dropped.
Yeah, you never know. Like Isaac turned up, and I thought he's just some local some runner from a running club. I didn't think he was going to do too well because he was doing quick laps on the break heart. He was doing quick laps, and he was really consistent. And we got to 12 hours, and I was like, "Yay, he's not going to have much longer left."
He'll be gone.
And he just cracked on. He just kept going and consistently knocked out those times.
Yeah, so watching the results and just seeing his times come in, and it just rapid. Yeah.
Oh, he's such a nice chap as well, and it was a great way that it finished at the break heart. That they, and that was my first experience of race directing a backyard, and this whole mind game. One of them was going to give up, and then Isaac carried on, and then the other chap decided that, do you know what, I'm going to give up because but Isaac's plan was to give up like 500 meters more. Yeah. He just wanted to get around the quarry, and this whole mind game thing. And apparently out on the course, they were hiding on the course, and like, so they'd overtake him, and then he'd think, oh well, he's in front of me, and then he'd overtake him again. And I'm like, what?
Just playing games with each
we
other.
do hear it when people are like, oh, I see them up in the distance, so I'm going to give it 300 meters a sprint. So that when I go past, they go, oh, he's looking strong. And then they get around the corner.
Yeah. So yeah, you mentioned obviously a few of the things from Breakheart, which was your first year of like backyard race directing. Is there anything you're kind of like looking forward to at Medieval from like a race director's point of view? Anything specific to this backyard, or just in general with race directing?
I mean, as I said, I do race directing. I can talk a glass eyeball to sleep. I'm one of these people that just likes talking and likes being around human connection and everything like that, which is the main reason I set it up. After the Barlkey and that, and I thought this is something I really enjoy. And the big thing I like to see is all the like really sort of positive energy that people come down with. It's just infectious, isn't it? Just makes you feel good and stuff, and it makes me feel good that we're able to put these events on, and we were doing it hopefully sustainably. I was meant to be at the Green Runners thing tonight, but sadly couldn't make it. And also that we're putting on an event that is affordable for people, and we're making it as accessible as possible. And then I'm sat there going, well, we've made this much money from this event, and I'm planning already what charities or small community projects and stuff. So I'm loving all that. And then just to see the human emotion coming over the line, and people just having fun. We had two girls at the last one that were and they brought 2 cans of rum and coke on their last yard, and that was because they weren't doing big numbers. They didn't come to do big numbers, but they just wanted to have fun and have a good day out. And I love seeing things like that.
The atmosphere
and then
always unmatched at these events, because people
get
so caught up in the organisation and the running of it that you think all these other people coming along have all got their own ideas of what to do over the weekend, and someone will turn up for a yard in fancy dress, and you know nothing about it because you can't be a part of everything. But you see it happening, and you see everyone's got their own plans and their own energy.
There's all these runners who've had their own journeys up to that point, and they've all got their own individual game plans, and getting to be a part of everybody's run for us is like you said, it's infectious.
Yeah, we've got a couple of people doing. I'm just trying to find an example now. We've got a couple of people that are using the event to do things for their charities and stuff like that. And we've got a young lady called Katie Lamb who is running the event. Sadly, her partner took his own life very recently. And she wanted to do I think she was going to just do a few yards, and now she's set this massive goal, and we're going to help her, support her, and crew her through for when we can and stuff like that. So like things like that and are just amazing. I love seeing stuff like that. That our event is almost we're providing a platform for them to do something for their mental health and for their
charities
and everything like that. So yeah, I love it.
Yeah, best of luck to her.
Hopefully she smashes out something amazing. I mean, I'm sure she will, with all you guys around anyway. But is there anything that you can kind of give away that maybe your runners can get excited about? Have you got any special plans? Any weird bits on the route? Knights fighting? Any jousting?
Dragon.
Dragon hiding anywhere.
Oh, do you know what? We did try and get a dragon. We were trying to get. I even contacted a Chinese society about one of these big, massive dragons to come down, but nobody was available. So sadly, that's not going to happen. But I was. Yeah, my whole sort of idea was to get like jesters and stuff like that and fire breathers, like cutting around. But again, it didn't materialize, stuff like that. But it's something and also because it's our first year, we need to make sure that we're running it correctly.
Yes.
But it's definitely something on the cards for next year that I want. I'm already in contact with a few societies to be like, you need to come down and, I'll pay them to just be on the route and just be, hold, who goes there? And I just think it'll be hilarious adding that comedy element to it.
That's really relatable, because me and Eric will just sit here when it's slightly too late in the evening. We'll just be like, what if we had fireworks?
That's it.
People with strobes, or
I literally, I sit. I don't see it. This chair here. I literally sit in that chair. My wife, excuse all the mess behind me, sits in that chair in our kitchen, and with a gin tonic in hand, and we're like, and I'm throwing out ideas. And what about if we just like a dragon? And then she's just like, no, calm yourself.
This is relatable.
John's kind of my sounding board. Like, I'll throw like 10 ideas at him, and one of them would be like, okay, maybe look at that one. So that's most of our questions kind of got through. Obviously, you've got live. Wow, my words! You got live tracking over the weekend. We've got tags. We haven't got So live tracking will be good old Matt from Time and Monkey is helping me out. You can't, can you?
Yeah, no. Well, so it's my Ubidium, but which I believe got used on your event. So I bought the Ubidium
a few times.
Yeah. So no, love Matt. He's, especially being a new, completely unknown race director, not having a clue what I'm doing. Still don't. He has been an absolute godsend. A lot of time for Matt.
Yeah, it's great to have time in Monkey there, because as soon as something might go wrong, and you go, Matt, what happens if this happens? He goes, I know, I've dealt with this.
So he's not actually going to be there, but that is the beauty about the Ubidium system that I've got. He can just dial in. So I just text him, go, Matt, this has happened, and he's like, don't worry about it. Relax.
Press the green button at the start, and that's all you need to do.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So
so there'll be obviously the chip timing. Have you got a live streaming or
we haven't. No, we haven't yet. I took a camera down and had a look at it, how to do it, and to be honest, I didn't do a good service like you guys did for it last year, because it's me and my partner. That's about it, although we have got some volunteers coming down this year. We put it up and it's just not run really well. So no, we haven't got anything going up like that, but we will be doing. There will be interviews going on live and Instagram and on our Facebook and everything like that.
So we've got something to kind of get an idea of what's going on and what it's.
There will be constant updates on Facebook and Instagram.
Excellent.
That's Gert Lush events. For anyone following at home, go give them a follow.
Gert Lush, now trademarked.
Ooh, check you out,
Well, I am. Yeah, so Lush Soap Company took us to court.
Oh, lucky you.
Yeah.
Wow.
They told us in the court. They said that they came up with the term lush. This was a court in Bristol with a Bristolian judge, and his literal response was, "I shall stop you there, my babber." So we won that case.
Probably done well there.
Yeah.
That's mad. I mean, is there anything else you'd like to chat about while we've got you here?
Shout outs?
Maybe something about Barlkey.
Barlkey?
Yeah, I'll just mention that.
No, that's just amazing. That's sold out within like 2 weeks this year, which that's fantastic. And and all of the profit from the Barlkey goes to a few different charities. But yeah, that's just fantastic. And Runner's World articles just come out, and I know they did something for you guys as well. Yes. Charlie did a fantastic article for us, which is great. We've gone proper international now with the Barlkey. Yeah. So we've had a chap from last year who had already been out and done the original Barlkey, and he set a course record. We've got 2 people flying in from California. From Tennessee, and one of the names is Jim Shelley. Okay. Yeah, I don't think for one moment it is John Kelly, but and I have messaged John because he helped us. He was a bit of a sounding board for me when I setting it all up, and I have messaged him, He just sent back a laughing face, whatever that means. But if not, it's someone from Tennessee called or Jim Shelley or something like that, and then someone from Tokyo, and a couple of people from Germany. Proper international. So we've sold more spaces this year. So we're aiming for 100 runners. Yeah. On the day. That's included. So we've sold 120, and we've got we're looking for a 20% dropout, as you always get. Yeah. So we want 100 runners. There are some twists and turns. I was chatting to Laz the other day about a few twists and turns. Obviously, he's just had a really great course on his, and he's added some twists and turns there.
Yeah, just a little bit of elevation added there.
Well, so yeah, I'm not taking credit for this, but his elevation this year was 15,000 feet per VAP, and before that but quite some time before that race, before the Barlkey in America went on, we were chatting, and he was like, "How much elevation is yours?" And I said, "Oh, it's 15,000 feet in its entirety if you do 5 laps." So listen, I'm just saying.
So
it's not my fault.
It might be not your fault that everything kind of.
It's not my fault. I'm not taking any. Yeah, but what a great year that was and stuff like that. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully Damo's coming back again this year to do a little chat. We might have someone else coming for a little chat.
Tune in to find out.
Yeah. There's come on down, guys. But there's also
we wanted to come down to the Medieval, but we've got an event on that date.
Yeah.
When is Barlkey?
The Barlkey is last weekend of September.
September. Ooh.
Yeah.
See my calendar. Oh, we could come down for that.
Come on down. We've got. There's everybody that's signed up. There's something gonna be maybe in the mail for them soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Might not be.
I love how
it could
be.
Could be. Yeah. So it's gonna be fun. I'm loving the way that is really taken off, and it's got this cult following and everything like that. There's it's really good. And I've even said, like, if I close down Gertlush tomorrow, I'm not, but like if I did, I would continue the Barlkey because it's just so fun. Yeah.
Yeah, really creative or something like that.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you'd like to add before we?
No. Thanks for having me on, guys.
No worries. It's always nice to have a good old chinwag.
Yeah.
And good luck with everything next weekend. We'll definitely be watching along as much as we can.
Yeah, I'll keep you updated.
Yeah, and fingers crossed for at least that 48 mark.
And
I'd love it.
Yes, and no issues at all. All goes nice and
smooth. There's going to be
nice weather.
There's going to be loads of issues. Yeah. I'm in charge. There's going to be loads of things go wrong.
Yeah, you'll wake up and you'll be like, "Oh, I was meant to start an hour ago."
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, good luck with the rest of the planning. And we'll catch up when the event's going on.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
All right,
Stay good, lads.
Alrighty.
What a great guy.
He's a good laugh, Paul. We always like chatting with Paul. He's always full of more crazy ideas and.
Puts us to shame.
Yeah, like we like our crazy ideas, but Paul's always in there with we'll do this, we'll do that.
We're too grounded. Maybe we need to get more silly.
Yeah, or get more Gertlush. I think is that how it's said.
Get more Gertlush.
Get more Gertlush.
Well, huge thank you to Paul for coming on and chatting with us. Best of luck with his backyard next weekend.
Yeah,
follow along on the Gertlush social medias.
Yeah, it's kind of getting very excited now. It's almost full-time backyard season, really, isn't it? We've got one more this spring. That's April.
Yeah, we're not quite there, but it gets
close.
silly this summer.
Yeah, I mean we'll jump in to kind of what's coming up, but we'll have a quick rundown of our one. Seems we haven't actually talked about it.
Yeah, we put on a backyard. It did okay. We got 51.
51 was the. Let's just move this cat there. Oh no. Sorry, there we go. 51 hours was new course record. Ian Bethune
by the spectacular, unstoppable Ian Bethune.
Yeah, he seems to just be improving every single backyard he does at the moment.
Yeah, he said he found some new legs, and then he found some more new legs, and he had so many legs, he just kept going.
So we had Ian took the win with 51 yards, which is a new Scottish record as well.
Yeah.
And then the assist with the incredible Lizzie Gatherer. I've been saying it's her second backyard, but I think it was her third backyard she's ever done.
Yeah, I think she did one several years ago, and then one quite recently, and then came to Rasselbock.
Yeah. But even so, on the third ever backyard that she's done, good and cracking out a 50-yard assist.
Yeah, and I think she really dug for those last ones. She wanted to get Ian up to the Scottish record, and she dug for those.
Yeah, no, she's absolutely incredible.
I think the pair of them at the end were out there by themselves for about 9 hours.
Yeah. It's absolutely incredible kind of watching those two kind of go at it. Loop after loop after loop was... Yeah.
Lots of mind games.
Lots of mind games, but that always makes it fun.
And then the sun came up and all the other runners came back to camp and,
it's
watched the conclusion.
Such a great feeling, all the runners that came back, and especially like the Rasselbock family were there and just kind of cheering everyone over the line. I say everyone, there's only two of them going at that point.
Yeah, everyone came back to pack up their tents on the Monday morning, and the event was still going, but the air was like, we're nearly there.
Yeah.
Hang around. Let's see what happens.
But another noticeable runner was, I'm going to butcher every single live stream, we butcher someone's name. Inara Jirina. I'm going to go with that.
She's one of our Latvian runners. Smashed the Latvian female record.
Yeah, and not just like by a bit. Like she set it a new one with 37. And I think it was like 26 before. So she just absolutely
spectacular jump.
Yeah. And then one thing to say was Kit. Some people might have noticed Kit was he was filming a documentary for us.
He had cameras, lenses. He may or may not have had a drone. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that he may or may not have flown into a tree. But Kit's currently in the midst of kind of final interviews and editing stuff together. So hopefully by start of May, I think he said, we should have a nice long after movie,
documentary style interviews.
Yeah, we'll
post interviews. It's going to be spectacular.
Yeah, we'll do a full kind of premiere on here and YouTube as well, and maybe we've hired out a cinema with a red carpet because we want some silly ideas. Yeah, we like silly ideas. So yeah, I mean, we've got we do have a quick press all the buttons, see what happens. There we go. So yeah, kind of like our Rasselbock history, pretty much.
Our whole history laid out in front of us.
Just slowly increases. Yeah, the spring ones have been increasing year on year, and hopefully next year we can.
And the autumn ones are always stricken with some kind of weather.
Yeah. Hopefully they. I do want to say that Lizzie and I think Vic are going to be at Hardwick, and they're both hoping for some, let's say, big numbers. I think
notable, memorable numbers.
Yes, let's just leave it at that. So that could be an exciting one to watch.
Yeah. So that's Hardwick Hall this spring.
No, this autumn.
This autumn.
It's been a long year.
It's sold out now.
Yeah.
But we have a waiting list. That's going to be a very good event.
Yeah. All right, I think that's probably enough about us. I think everyone who's watching watched the live stream anyway, so
yes,
they already know what's going on. But I think it's probably time to have a look at like what's coming up in the rest of the year, because it's going to be a busy year. As we mentioned before, 27 backyards coming up this year.
7 months.
Yeah, from May through till end of November.
What's the quick maths on that? 27 divided by 7?
A lot.
For 5 a month?
4
No,
months.
4 a month.
Someone
Never do maths while live.
Never do maths full stop.
You can see it all here laid out in front of us. We've got things kicking off in June. Things get pretty busy in June.
Yeah.
I think notable ones are Portland Pig and God's Own.
Yeah, they've if you've been, they're kind of like some of the OG backyards in the UK. Very well known. They've both been kind of like increasing their yardage every year. So I kind of expect. I don't want to say I expect because that sounds a bit weird, but I think we'll probably see 40 yards this year at both of those.
Yeah, I expect it.
All right, you expect it. I was being nice.
I'm quite happy putting my foot in my mouth. Let's go. 40 yards.
All right, 40 yards at Portland and God's Own. Yes, that's going to be the big ones to watch in May. June, then pretty much when the chaos starts.
Yeah,
June
I think that's our first where we have 2 backyards at the same weekend with Blended and Suffolk, both probably drawing most of the backyard runners in the country out somewhere or other.
Yeah, because obviously Suffolk, most of you know now, has changed venues. It's now at Thetford Forest, and he's pretty much doubled the number of runners that he can.
Yeah, I think that one is really capacity now. They can just. I don't know how like the logistics of getting 400 people into one corral.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, we kind of like been thinking about how, if it was us, how we do it, and we thought about having like 2 separate corrals that kind of meet up. So
you can have like 2 corrals.
You can have 2 corrals as long as, I guess. Yeah, as long as they go in and out at the same point, and then the corrals kind of meet up onto the same course.
Not in the rule book.
No one says it can only be 1 corral. But either way, we've been kind of like working out how you cope with 500 runners. But no, it's going to be really exciting to kind of see what Lindy's put together for that one.
That's a huge start line with a very forgiving route. Could be looking at some more UK records.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's only been the UK team event that's been there so far. So it's going to be interesting to see how the route copes with that many people, because I think he's on 400 sign-ups, or just coming up to 400 sign-ups.
Yeah.
So it's
from what we can see.
Yeah, it's quite a few. But no, it's kind of exciting to wonder how that's going to go ahead.
Yeah. Let's fly through some more events.
Yeah.
Or be here all night.
Yeah, so we've got Breakheart as well. Obviously, we just talked to Paul. That's his other backyard. I think it was, I want to say 26, I think he was on last year, was a course record. But yeah, that'll be the second time back again for Breakheart.
Then what we got? Into May?
June. It goes May then June. It doesn't. It
Gosh,
doesn't go May, June.
I think
then
everyone
May.
just watched my brain switch off for a moment. July. We had the race directors from the Sting at our backyard, and we were chatting with
Holly.
I want to say Holly Jones.
Yes. Yeah.
That's why. She was great. She's putting on the Sting Backyard Ultra up in Yorkshire.
Yep.
And everything about that just looks lovely.
Yeah.
Just looks like a great time.
Yeah, I think there's quite a bit of hype around the Sting. If anyone's doing it, then let us know in the commenty bits down there. But yeah,
it's brand new. It's a debut event.
Yep.
And it seems to have built more traction. As they've been posting about it, they've been doing write-ups about different female backyarders in the scene.
So no,
I can't wait for that.
It's going to be good fun.
It's on the same day as our marathon. Otherwise, we would have been there in a heartbeat.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be an incredible venue, great course, and it just looks like it's going to be a great event. So, looking forward to that. I think that's our
July highlight.
Yes.
In my brain.
Yeah. And then we look at August. Pretty much nothing for the start of August, and then we've got five events in the last 2 weeks. So it's going to be full on, but it's going to be fun. Obviously, you've got the Devon and Cornwall, Kinloss, London, Pig on the Hill are all coming back. I think Gosfield for me is going to be the one to watch in August. That was their first event last year, and they kind of opened the season of like the new UK roster, and they absolutely smashed it. I think they got their 36 or 32. Like they got a huge number in their first ever event. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing kind of what comes of that one, like how much more it's going to jump up.
I like the look of Kinloss because it's a whole running festival, and they do a load of different set distances, but they also have the backyard on at the same time, and it's on like an RAF base, so it's all runways and stuff. Pancake flat, I think windy, flat, open, tarmac, and through the night when you're just going down the runway, it must just. The mind must just wander. I can imagine you watch your tracking devices and people are doing this down the runway in the night time.
You see, to be honest,
there's a left here.
Pretend to be a plane just going down the runway.
So I'm looking forward to that one. I like Kinloss.
Yeah. So yeah, Parkins and Ellen Gallen are going to the Sting. Apparently Ellen has said her daughter's had a strop. Put her in the fridge. That works. That stops the strops. Don't put your daughter in the fridge. I didn't say that. But yeah, no, there's a few guys going up to the Sting.
September,
Rabblestock.
Hardwick Hall.
Yeah.
That one sounds interesting. Never heard of that.
So yeah, September for us it's quite exciting because obviously we've got our first one at Hardwick Hall. But on the same day, Stepford, which is essentially Suffolk. It's the same route. It's the same.
Yeah.
Everything.
They have seasonal. They flip flop between Thetford and Suffolk.
Yeah. Even though it's the same venue, so it's kind of.
They got to keep the name because it's iconic.
Well, no, it's Thetford. It's not Suffolk.
But Suffolk, they got to keep.
You need a nap.
I've needed a nap for several months. Moving on.
But yeah, no, Rasselbock and Thetford on the same day. We've got obviously we mentioned some of the runners. We're thinking that if all goes well, we should hopefully reach 50 or 60. Fingers crossed. If all goes well. But that should be good fun, kind of having a friendly kind of competition between Thetford and us. It just because with both of us starting at the same time, it's just gonna be so much fun.
We should see if we can organise swapping cameras.
Oh yes. But yeah, no, that's gonna be great fun. But that's September. They got the whole summer yet.
There's a lot of backyards between now and then.
There's a lot of backyards, yeah. And then we jump into October.
I love this. There's a whole month of weekends, but all the backyards are happening on the foot off.
But yeah, for me in October, Manchester Backyard Ultra is the one to watch.
I like Putney Loop.
You like Putney Loop? Putney Loop's a good one. But interest-wise for me, Manchester, they had a really good opening year last year. Be interesting to see how they carry on, like the momentum of it. So, and then rounding off the year, November, we've got Goldspeed, Godzone again, and the Governor. And then
the Governor, I'm not 100%. Last I heard about the Governor, they were having some problems with the prison building. But if that's back and I've missed it,
I've not heard anything different. So, Godzone, Goldspeed, and the Governor rounding off the year. And
I love all these events.
It's going to be great fun. But like Ellen has just mentioned in the chat, so many backyards. Daughter's been sent to the bed, not the fridge, but thanks.
Good call.
Yeah, no, don't put her in the fridge. But yeah, that's the backyards for this year.
Yeah,
it's going to be a big one. Ooh, we should probably have a look at the at-large list.
I was going to mention it's a good place to close out the day.
Yeah.
It's still very much dominated by the UK team challenge, which
championships.
It's fair enough. They it's kind of where everything comes to a head, but it kicks off the new season entirely encompassing the...
Pretty much, like you end up with like 14 out of the 15 backyard world team championships, and then there'll be like one runner who's just so happened to do really well. So yeah, it's still kind of, like I said, dominated like that. We've got 3 from Rasselbock and a God's Own, but that's all going to change.
Yeah, we've got just short of 2 years of lots and lots of backyards and lots of very talented runners.
Yeah, year and
giving
a half
it their
left.
all. It will change.
Yeah, I think you'll need 46 to get in the team this year.
Okay.
That's
goal. Realistic.
Because at the moment, you're at 40. There's a big gap between 42 and 48 that needs filling. But the fact that you need to get past 48 just to get to the 12th spot, that is a huge
day-free runner. It's something special.
Yeah, so it could be quite possible that those top numbers might not change. Pretty much Elizabeth Gatherer upwards. But I mean, we never know. Like every single year in the UK, those yards have just been going up and up, and we're seeing better and better backyard. Not even runners, but runners having better backyards and just improving year on year
on their own consistency.
Yeah. So personally, I think 46 to 48 is what you're going to need to get in the UK team. Could be wrong.
Just refresh my memory.
Your memory.
In October.
Yes. That
will be Big's Global Championship in Tennessee.
That'll be the individuals, so it'll be essentially the winner of every single team event, plus some from the very top of the at-large list.
Yeah. So that'll be happening at Big's in Tennessee in October.
In October, yes.
Do the results from that event go on to these national...
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because technically it's a backyard within that qualification period.
Okay. Yeah. So there'll be one UK runner in Tennessee.
Maybe 2?
There'll be at least one UK runner. Okay, cool. That makes sense in my mind. So this list is going to get obliterated over the next
I think
18 months.
It really starts to jump up when you get into the silver ticket year. So that second year is really when you start seeing people being like, right, now I need to bring the A game. Now I need to jump in. And
we're testing the water for now.
Yeah, now is like trying different things and like working out how to get your nutrition better, your sleep better. And then next year is when we're going to see a lot more jumping in.
Oh, of course, Matt Blackburn. Just seen in the comments here, Sarah Perry is there at the top of the list at the moment, and Matt Blackburn is already on with
he's got 88, 87?
81?
No, 87 or 88.
It begins with 8.
Eleanor will tell us. We'll give it 2 seconds. Eleanor will let us know. I think 46, 87. There we go. Yeah. So he'll be there. Sarah will be there, and so will a lot of other incredible runners.
Wouldn't it be nice to go?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Enough.
Anyway, so that's. I think we kind of got through all of our notes now. But unless anyone's got any burning questions, I think that's probably us done until.
I think it's time for bed. My brain started slowing down.
Started. I don't think I ever sped up. But we'll probably be back before. Well, I'm gonna have to get these notes up again. That one. What have we got after? Portland Pig. Okay, Portland Pig, 2nd of May. So end of April, we'll probably do another live stream and then really start digging into those main stats. Who's running where? Yeah. Have a look at the route and. Yeah, just really dig into everything again.
Oh, we'll be at God's Own as well.
Yes, we'll be live streaming God's Own.
Yeah, we'll be live streaming for them because that's just good fun.
Yes.
If anyone wants their event live streamed, we really like doing it.
Yeah, it's good fun. We won't even charge that much, so we just want to get out of the house, really.
Yeah, but please.
I hope you've all enjoyed it today. And,
it was fun.
Yeah, it's nice to be back on the screen.
To Paul for popping on.
Yes.
Always nice catching up with Paul. We chatted at the run show.
Yeah.
Brilliant guy.
Yeah, he's always got balmy ideas cooking in his pot. But no, anyway, have a great rest of the week, everyone. And for those running in Medieval, good luck.
Good luck.
And we'll catch up with you in about 3 weeks' time. Until then, toodles.